We young folks that was trying to understand the movement of life. Took Joe by the hand, took him over Riverside. I told Joe, have a seat. I said, now if a roach come on you, if you get a mayonnaise jar with some Kool-Aid in it, if the kids come up and sit in your lap, just smile and say, everything gonna be all right.
They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. So I wanted to work here. And there's my daughter, Ashley. Come on up here, Ash. And so what I did was I came down and I applied to the city of Wilmington for a job. And I was the only white employee here. And I learned so much. I learned so much. I learned that they treated me as an equal. We used to go in what was not as modern as that. We used to go in the key room. And we'd sit there and we'd talk, and they'd ask me questions. Because I really was the only white guy they really knew. And they'd ask me questions about everything, I mean, things that just startled me. I remember one time, I won't mention which lifeguard, said, do I have a jerry can, a 5-gallon can for gasoline? And I said, no, I don't. I said, but what do you need it for? He said, we're going down to see my grandmama in North Carolina. We can't stop at most gas stations. They won't let us stop at most gas stations. I learned a lot. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Especially in a black neighborhood, that the neighborhood just Barry took over this community because this community was Irish. All this was Irish. They had a skating ring, ice skating ring we couldn't go into. They had this pool we couldn't go into. But with Joe's help, as a public defender, as a county councilman, as a person that wasn't scared to walk the community, this pool changed. When Joe came here, it changed. Because we showed Joe that we could accept white people. We wasn't mad at white folks. We didn't have a racist bone in our body. We young folks that was trying to understand the movement of life. Took Joe by the hand, took him over Riverside. I told Joe, have a seat. I said, now if a roach come on you, if you get a mayonnaise jar with some Kool-Aid in it, if the kids come up and sit in your lap, just smile and say, everything gonna be all right. Next thing I seen Joe at his new office, the independent with the insurance company. It was on the second, third floor. He said, come here, Mouse, come here, Mouse. I had a non-support problem. I didn't want to come here. I was great get, you know, I get taken off for non-support. I said, Joe, I need some help with non-support. He said, look at my new desk. He said, look at my chairs. He said, look what I had accomplished. He said, but it's going to cost you for me to represent you. Yeah, right. We started laughing and stuff. And the next time I seen Joe with Earl Lawkins, Mad Dog. And Joe tells the story, but Earl, who he was. And Joe was a hell of a public defender. But Joe came from here. And during the riots and stuff, a lot of us were getting locked up and doing crazy stuff. But Joe always been for right. Anita Hill. He took a stand. All women's, black women's, everything, he took a stand for y'all. I mean, women's wouldn't be where they're at today if Joe didn't tackle Clarence Carter. Okay? Look at the public defender office. He took a stand. Look at every time he came down Wilmington Dry Goods on the corner with his family. And he seen something wrong with me or certain people who jump out the car. Are you all right, Mouse? Every time he brought somebody in town, if he seen somebody he know black, he say, this is my friend. This guy should have been president of the United States. Okay? This guy need to run. He need to run to 220, okay? Because Joe understand black folks, poor folks, all folks. He's a human being that God gave him a gift, and the gift was to love people. He loved people. And he trained Bo the same way. He taught Bo was the most beautiful person in the world. When myself and Bo got together and Representative Potter, as Bo was getting sick, I had fixed it up so Bo could go to California, Texas, Wisconsin, South Carolina, Mississippi, to show him the concept of civil rights. NAACP loved Joe and his family. They all called me and said, won't he run? Won't he run? But I can understand why he didn't run. Because love's deeper than anything in the world. And Joe loved his family. And Joe loved his kids. And Joe loved me. Okay? And Joe changed me. Okay? And Joe saved my life. I was doing everything out there. I was one of those kids you all dealing with today. I didn't have no guns, but I had this real good. Okay? And I couldn't go on being the old mouse because everybody glued me with Joe Biden and his family. So I had to change. So Joe saved my life. Because if it wasn't Joe, I probably would be in jail for life. I'd probably been dead. I'd probably been in a wheelchair. I'd probably been a bum on the corner. But with Joe, spirit coming through me, I had to walk the straight line and be somebody. So let's not say everything in the world's racist, because Joe's an example that all people can get along. And Joe, I love you. And let me have this. I remember you telling me a story down to Ezon Mountain Carver when they gave you the Martin Luther King Award, and you stood in my arm, you hugged me, said, Mouse. You said, I didn't deserve this award, this award. He said, I haven't did nothing yet for the black community. He said, but they gave me the award. He said, now I got to go back and do something. So this is Martin Luther King, okay? This is the words, I have a dream. And my dream is this, that before you pass away, or I pass away, President Joseph H. Biden. Thank you.